This is Overlor, and I'm gonna call this episode "My Niggas." It's my nigga Millameter, producer extraordinaire for my man Gabbo. I'm in his lab.
Once again, my man.
Say hello to the people, son.
What's good? What's good? What's good, peoples? My man in town, Overlor.
So man, you been working on Gabbo joint. You working on your joint, right?
Yep. Working on it, getting everything together.
How far are we into the Gabbo joint? How?
We in deep. He got a lot of songs. It's gonna come down to like sitting down, listening to all other songs, and just picking out exactly what he want. But he got a lot of work.
So what y'all gonna do with the joints that y'all don't use? You gonna drop it on an EP or something like that?
I don't know. It's gonna be like it's enough for 2 albums. So.
Okay, so he'll do one album and then he'll just
Yeah, they won't know what's what.
I got you. I might have to make a contribution.
Yeah, you told him you was gonna send him something.
Yeah. So I'm gonna send him something.
Yeah.
So your joint, what's your joint gonna be called?
I don't know as of yet. Right now, I'm still trying to get the people together the rhyme on it. I don't want it to be just me rhyming. I want it to be like a compilation.
I got you. So what's the whole presence of it? You doing all the tracks and they just
it's just gonna that's basically what it is. It's like it's gonna be a showcase of some different tracks. Like Gabbo pick certain tracks, and certain artists pick certain tracks, but I got my own what I like. So I'm gonna put it all together and just get some other cats to rhyme on it and just see if we can make something ill.
You gonna rhyme on it too, right?
Yeah, I'm picking up the pen. I'm picking up the pen once again. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do a little something. When I listen to Dre, I'm like, Dre don't rhyme too much on all them joints, so I'm gonna just touch it here and there and mix and match.
Is it gonna be EP or like an LP? Or are you gonna drop it like a mixtape? How you gonna do it?
I think I want to do it. I don't like the mixtape formulas. I mean, everybody's doing it. I'm gonna do it like sort of like a mixtape, but it's in a LP form. You know what I mean? I'm Overlord gonna send a verse. I'm gonna put a verse on.
Yeah, I'll send you a verse, man. I'll pick up the pen just for you.
Yeah, you gotta pick it up, man. If we drop, we gonna.
I'm picking up the pen anyway because I want to do an EP for myself. So yeah, I'll drop a verse. You just let me know what the track is and send me the track.
We got that Dropbox. I'll send you the track.
Yeah, and if you need to, man, I'll do it in Studio One too. And send
that just make it easy.
Yeah, so if you want, you can send me a Studio One file, and I probably could just load it up in like that. I'm gonna throw it up in on my Mac, and hopefully everything will work out right.
Yeah, you know how the Studio One.
Well, you mentioned one of the nice MCs in Baltimore that you want on that joint. His name is L Venom.
Yeah.
Real nice, real cool MC. Gave you his number. And when I get back, I'll make sure I contact him, let him know that they expect a call from you.
Yeah,
that you want him on the joint.
Yeah. And the other cat too. I forget the other cat's name.
Morals.
Yeah, but he's still doing
Yeah, he's still doing it. I saw him on YouTube. I'll try to reach out to him. I reached out to him one time and he didn't holler at me. I'll reach out to him one more time and see, and I'll let him know that that you're interested in having him on a project. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be a limited bunch that we're gonna lock in.
Man, I tell you what, man. If you do a dark beat, something crazy and gloomy and hard, Baylor.
Okay.
He'll come out of a time and he'll come up here. He'll be glad.
He wants something grimy.
I'm telling you, Baylor, he'll be more than happy to spit on that joint,
Something dark and gloomy, like the world coming to an end. I remember him rhyming in the cypher. Yeah.
Yeah, man, he gets down, man.
Yeah.
He's that's the old school hardcore. Crush you. Talking about I'm a demon and fangs grow out my mouth and I'll crush you and all that type of stuff. So and that nigga ain't changed.
He's still hitting it like that.
He's still hitting it like that.
Yeah.
So I'll let him know that you're interested in a track and maybe have him link up with you or have you go down there and scoop him. He'll come up and listen. He'll be more than happy to write.
Yeah, that's what I want. That difference.
Yeah, he'll give you some variety in your shit. So
that's
that'd
what
be cool. And that'd be good to hear him again.
I don't want nobody. Nothing wrong with the way people doing it, but
Man, I I know we be joking all the time, Reggie, but for real, yo, and people be on YouTube talking about where you get all that shit. I wish I was your neighbor so I could rob you and crazy shit. Or I wish I could, you know, where you get that? Where you work at? What do you do? And I'm like, man, I got everything one piece at a time.
Yeah. Sure.
But we used to go back and forth, and I always tease him. Now YouTube, y'all can see. I did a tour of the studio. Y'all can see for myself. Y'all can see that Reggie is the winner.
Shit, man,
Reggie got so much gadgets, yo. It's crazy. I may have like some like bunch of NPCs, but look, dude got laptops and monitors all over the place. It look like a computer store, music store, all in one. Look at, he got a laptop right there, big screen right there. He got the machine. He got the street box.
I know. Hey,
he got the street box.
If niggas sleeping on this, tell niggas don't sleep on this.
Well, they can't sleep on the street box because the same people who provided the sounds
King,
for that, Beat Kings, they did the beat thing.
And it's different sounds from here to there too. I got both of them. That's why.
So
that's
they made the beat thing. So don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
Nigga also got beat thing virtual. He got the XR20. I gave the niggas for the sounds of the XR20. He still got the
joint.
See.
Yeah, we gear junkies, man. We can't stop.
You gonna see this motherfucker? He gonna have a candle. My name's Reggie, and I'm a gear junkie.
I'm telling you, I ain't going to rehab.
Look at this. He got the MPK 25. He got the big knob. He got the MPC 1000 with the chunky monkey pad.
Chunky monkey.
He got the MP7, which if y'all don't know, that is a crazy machine. If you down with the Emu MoFat or the Planet Fat or the SP12, the same people that made that
and
made
the ROMs
this.
going here, like those ROMs are in here.
Oh, so he got the ROMs in there for all those joints. So, oh man, I had a chance to get an MP7 and I messed up on it. I slept on it. I regret it. But yo, when I move, man, I get more room.
You need more room. You got everything on it.
I might try and catch up with you. You got 2 keyboards, a Yamaha, paid 2 Yamaha keyboards. Nigga, look, he got the little drum joint, yo. It's drumsticks.
I be playing the drum. I be getting my Questlove on it.
You be getting this drummer boy on, pum and shit.
Son. You gotta get it in.
He got the CTK. He got a keyboard controller down there.
That's for this. Hey, they sleep on the Proteus TG. They
got the
sleep
Proteus.
They sleep on that joint right there.
The Sonic Maximizer, the BBE. I can't even find a Sonic Maximizer no more. Y'all gotta go hunting for that.
They got him at the Guitar Center.
He got the rhythm joint, the Zoom joint right there. He got 2 Zooms, MPD 16 right there, and the MPD 16 over here chilling. He said, I can't have just one MPD 16. I need 2. That's for the Logics, right?
That's the magic. You got
each computer gotta have his own thing. He don't believe in moving stuff around.
No,
you know, this is the command center. He got a command station over this motherfucker. Look at this. Yeah, he Captain Kirk. Trying to make a nigga Spock. I ain't trying to get no pointy ears. And he got this Yamaha thing, and he really showed me a YouTube video on people doing this thing. I joked on it last night, called it a wannabe, what I call it, wannabe Roller 808.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Now I see that this thing is serious. I might have to go on eBay, smack somebody upside the head and get me one. You know, don't get it twisted. My man still got the vinyl, because that's where we come from.
Yeah.
I put him down for new digging spot, so y'all niggas in trouble.
Hey, half of these records down here I got when we was out digging, visiting old white people's spots.
Oh yeah,
houses.
We go white people houses to get their stuff.
Get their old records.
Flea markets.
Hey, my grandma died and she had boxes of records. Like, we want them. We want them.
Yeah, we would go on excursions.
We were in D.C. We went digging at the spot. You took me to the record spot. We had our little portable.
Yeah. That's Joe's Record Paradise. He moved to downtown Silver Spring. Oh, okay. So it looked like it's a little bigger now. I saw one of my homeboys on YouTube. Shout out to my man Logic Bomb. He was out there doing some things. I'm gonna try to get y'all to link up to the brothers L, man. But we definitely gotta get you hooked up with Gadget. I want to give a shout out to my man Hill Prop. Shout out to Sean
I check him
Shaw.
out. I check him out too. I check all the cats that be on your stuff. I check out.
Yeah. And make sure you hit up the dude DLP for the sounds on a beat thing. The dude, he's a beat thing dude.
Yeah, I see him.
You know what? I got a lot of respect for that
president
dude.
With the beat thing, you know?
He repped that machine, and he gets mad respect from me.
Hard on it. He like, what you got? I'm going with this beat thing.
This is my joint.
Yes.
I'm standing by it.
And I love it.
You know, and I can respect a brother like that, because it ain't what you got, man. It's what you do with what you got.
Yep.
And the brother doing his thing with it, man. And plus the beat thing was made by brothers, so I think I'm gonna get one just on the strength on that alone. You know, Dallas, Austin, and all them cats, man. You know, so I'm gonna get one just on the strength of that. So, what's your process, man? How you make your beats? Because I know everybody got their way of doing things. I do things a little differently. And who was you inspired? First, I'm getting ahead of myself. First, who was you inspired by?
My first inspiration, hip hop wise, was definitely Tip, definitely Q-Tip, Dilla, but I was into Burt Bacharach. You know, I used to talk about Burt Bacharach.
Yeah.
His arrangements, he's one of the illest cats I ever heard. Burt Bacharach. If people don't know who he is, then they ain't up on the game. But his arrangements and the way he did his drums, and I heard that Dre would send Bacharach his drums to EQ.
Oh man,
that's the ill part. I didn't even know they would know each other, but I saw an interview and they were saying that Dre would send his drums to Burt Bacharach. Burt would tweak them, and send them back. So that's why Dre drums be hitting so damn hard.
Oh, Burt Bacharach.
Burt Bacharach.
I need to look him up.
Yeah, check him out. But he was like doing stuff like for Dionne Warwick, the Carpenters, I think some Barry Manilow, but like he's one of the illest dudes. And so when I started listening to him and how he was doing the music and his strings and stuff like that, I was like, man, he's the illest. And so from there I was just like sprung, like I had to make it.
You know what I tripped off of, yo? We go digging, yo. I dig your digging style, cause Reggie would get shit like, I'm like, yo, you getting that? Yeah. I'm like, yo, I wouldn't fuck with that, yo. What?
Yeah.
Is it crazy?
You joked me one time. I picked up a Johnny Mathis record.
Yeah. Like, yo, you get Johnny Mathis.
And then you hit me up. Was like, yo,
he's like an Indian. He looks like an Indian dude with a perm, yo. What's up with that, yo?
Yo, you call me like,
he's like an Indian Frank Sinatra. What in the hell is you
call
thinking?
Me like, yo, I take it back, yo. I sampled his shit.
Yo, I had to apologize to you, Johnny Mathis. I apologize, Johnny Mathis. Forgive me for I know not what I do.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah, man. So you got a unique digger style, yo, and how you pick your stuff, man.
I take anything, man. You can make something out of anything, especially with the chop. Like when you first taught me how to chop, when you showed me on the MPC how to chop, you can make like a sound. You can make one sound as like the foundation for something like. And that's when I started seeing like, oh, you can chop like that. Because first I was just, when I first started, I was looping. I just take a loop and just use the loop and do it. Then when you showed me how to chop, and I was like, oh, okay. Seeing you going through the pads and different shit make that, I'm like, oh, okay. And then I started incorporating that, man. So anything, I'll sample anything. Voices, pitch them down, and use it as a bass line. I'll do anything, man. What somebody taught me say. Man, sound, you can use any sound. That's the Overlor. Any sound. Yeah,
there's no such thing as a whack sound.
Such thing as a
people
whack
like,
sound.
oh, those are whack drums. Or,
nah.
Like if you caught up on how something is whack, that means your ear not right, because you can make anything work. I mean, shoot, even what's my man, Marley Marl. He would have a drum set and he would use those drums. He's like, I would do an album and I have a set of drums and he would use those drums. Right. He would just tweak them.
Exactly.
And then he would just tweak those drums, and then when the next project came up, he got another batch of drums, and then he would rock those drums and he would tweak those drums. People don't know.
Like when I call you my mentor, yo, I'll be serious as shit, because and that's one thing I love. You ain't never keep no secret. You might have your own little secrets as far as doing what you do, but you ain't never held back no information as far as showing somebody how to do something. When you show me on the Audacity how to layer the drums, how to, you know what I mean, change, it could do so much. I was green to this shit. I am now. Like sometimes he was like, sometimes when you hit the block, producers know what you all know. Sometimes you just like and you say, what you do when you ain't doing nothing? Make some sound kits, make some drums, go on Audacity, start. It's always something you could do. If you come in and you block or you ain't feeling it, it's always something you could do. And that's what I've been doing. Like that's been helping my drum game. Because now I get on Audacity, I'm mixing different drums and different sounds and different shit. So I thank you for that, though.
Man, no problem,
Seriously,
man. A lot of people get like, well, I'm in producer's block. What you doing? I'm playing Call of Duty.
Yeah.
You what?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I couldn't get it in, yo, so I had to leave it alone. No, make some drums, yo.
You got
listen to some samples. Listen to records, yo.
Yep.
Just let them joints play in the background and then find shit.
Yep.
I mean, if you really about your craft, yo, it's always.
Always.
It's like a job, yo. It's a boss that's paying you will tell you, yo, it's always something to do.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, God damn, man.
They always find something for your ass to do.
Yo,
and if you serious about your craft, there's always something to do. Always,
hey, I'll
man.
be thinking like Karl Malone. When Karl Malone was like, man, in the summertime, when I be sitting around, I don't feel like doing nothing. I know somebody somewhere is working on their game. Fuck that. I need to get on mine. So when I ain't sitting around doing shit, I'm like, I need to be doing something. So I make some drums, mix them, match them, tweak them. I'm getting into that now, like the sound, the sonics of it. I'm starting to get into that now.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to cut my teeth with that, just like making different sounds and tweaking them and doing different things. Because somebody somewhere is doing something. Gotta work at it. It's serious though. This is serious.
All right. You mentioned Q-Tip. You mentioned Dilla, man. Give me your top 5.
Top 5? All together or just however
you can do it however you want. You can put them in order or in no specific order.
Burt Bacharach, Dilla, Marley Marl. You gotta go Preem, cause you gotta go Preem. And Pete Rock was always ill to me.
Yeah.
I can't leave him off my top 5, but that's my top 5.
It's kind of hard. You know when you do a top 5, I did my top 5, and everybody knows my top 5. And my top 5 is my number 1 is always Premier.
Right.
You know, Pete Rock, and then Dilla is my 3rd dude. Right. Then it's Marley Marl.
You like Marley?
Yeah. Then it's Marley Marl, and I'll tend to say, Large Professor. And sometimes I'll tie Large Professor up with somebody.
Yeah.
Right? But then I'll get cats that come at me like, yo, how you gonna leave RZA out? And the reason why, if anybody want to know why, if the reason why I leave RZA out, because these dudes laid the foundation before RZA, and I'm quite sure some of these dudes inspired RZA. So that's why. I mean, these cats was like doing it before RZA. Now RZA would be easy 6 or 7 on my list.
Definitely in top 10.
He's definitely in my top 10.
Definitely in the top 10.
So I mean, but if I had to pick what inspired me, everybody got their favorite producer, but somebody resonates with you and makes you want to do this music thing in a particular way. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I go with.
And that's them lists so hard, because you be like, damn, I only get 5. Like Quincy Jones, to me, Quincy Jones is one of the illest producers ever.
Yeah, it's a lot of great producers out
like
there.
But
when I say my top 5, I'm like, when I listen to somebody, who makes me like, wow, how did he do that? You know what I'm saying? But if I'm just talking about as far as listening pressure, just who to listen to, my top 5 might be different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's so that's so open there.
Yeah,
but I had to ask it. Yeah, and what's your machine of choice, yo? Everybody asks me what's my favorite machine, and I tell them the MV, even though they don't see me rock it that much. But that joint's so easy. Not easy, but when you know how to work it, it just
always say, it feel like I'm cheating when I use it.
it make me feel like I'm cheating when I'm using it, yo, because it's like, and sometimes I want to put in that work. And back in the day, man, it would take us 3 or 4 days to make a song because the process that we had to go through.
Yeah.
Now that everything makes you do it so quicker. And sometimes I'll go to another machine just to make the process, you know, a little longer, so I can. Yeah. So sometimes you got to think it through. And I noticed a lot of times I made some hot beats back in the day, but it's only because I went to it, touched it, left it, came back to it with a fresh mind. Where now you try to bang it all out at once. So I go to things that give me a little bit of limitation, so I can stretch it out a little bit.
The ASR was, I learned on that, like I came up on that, like, so that's the one I use. I use them all, but I always end up that sound. I like the sound of it. The sequencer is shitty, but I got the upgrade in the operating system, so I'm kind of cool. But yeah.
The ASRX, he got the ASRX and the ASRX Pro. You start off on the ASRX.
Right.
So what do you like better between the two, the ASRX, ASRX Pro?
Probably the Pro, just because it's the latest, greatest out of the two. But that's the I use them both. So.
Okay. I mean, when they brought out the Pro, what did they add to it? I mean, what's different between the two? Because I'm not into it.
They added like Stomp, they added a program called Stomp. It's like recycle, like it chops.
Okay.
Like it chops like recycle. A few new bells and whistles. Of course, I got it's expanded with the dance. It came with the SCSI as opposed to you having to buy the SCSI. But, it's basically
okay.
Sort of like the same machine.
Well, my production style, man, pretty much, well, not style, but my process is I'll go to a machine, and whatever machine I'm on, that's what I make it in.
Right.
You know?
So wherever you sample, that's where you stay on.
I'll sample into the remix, and then I'll carry it into whatever machine I feel like will give me the vibe for that particular sound. Whether it's the MPC, whether it's the MV, or whether it's the Renaissance or whatever, I'll go into whatever machine, and I typically stick with that machine throughout the whole thing, and then I'll carry it into a program. You know, so I never really combine two machines or nothing like that. But I always do something in a particular machine. What's your process when you make your beats?
I use everything.
Okay.
So if it's a plug-in I have with Reason or Fruity Loop, I use that. I might sample a record. I might get a hi-hat from this machine. I might play a snare from this. I might get some keys from there. So whatever, I'm really all over the place. I might sample something from Logic. Like, all of it's tied in together. So
okay.
It all goes into.
So like me, I get all my sounds from different sources and all my stuff too. I mean, not so much like the samples like the MPC, but like Logic and or the drum machines or my sound kits, and I'll pull all that together. But all my sequencing and stuff is pretty much done in that machine. So if I make a beat, if I do a beat in an MV, it's sequenced in the MV. If I do a beat in the MPC 25, it's sequenced there. The Renaissance is sequenced there. The 2000 XL is sequenced there.
And that's good because all the equipment you just named, the sequences is tight. This sequence, the sequence is not the tightest. So what I do is I used to just do it in here, but I wasn't liking it wasn't giving me the punch. I actually just learned how to correct the timing and stuff. So I'm just getting into that. But I usually just take everything and record it into Studio One. Okay. So I use Studio One as my sequencer, and it's tight. So I take whatever I'm using, I just record it. It's, all the stuff is connected to one brain, so it just goes into Studio One. Anything I use, it's going directly into Studio One. I can play it here and record it here, but if I just wanted to go straight into Studio One, I can do that.
Like, so Studio One is your sequencer, so you just record into that. The sequencing in Studio One is tight. It reminds me, the tightest, this is just my opinion because I never used Pro Tools, but the tightest sequence I ever had outside of MPC, and that's another reason why people love MPC. People like, what's the big deal about MPC? The sequence. Yeah, the sequence. The sequence and the swing, it's a difference. The way it is so tight. Yeah. It's just a good feel. Yeah. And the closest thing I found to that on the DAW end was Logic. I was like, oh my goodness, this is like using the MPC. The sequence is nice. It's tight. No whole lot of crazy stuff. And then I got Studio One because I need the 8 outputs, and I'm like, whoa, that's another simple program. That means
if you doing PC, Studio One, Logic tight, Yeah, the sequence on Logic is tight. Tight. Yeah, so I use that too sometimes. I have songs that I do on that. So sometimes I do stuff there, and then sometimes I do stuff here. But yeah.
So I noticed. So you got all that. So I went over all the gear. You got the Beat Thing Virtual. You got Logic. You got Studio One. The dude got Fruity Loops.
Yeah.
Are you rocking the Reason?
I can't get away from it. Can't get away from it. I do some stuff in Reason, and that's on that too. And I just dump it in the. Sometimes I do stuff on Reason, and then I just dump it in the Studio One.
Man, you remind me of my man Reds, man. He would have everything. And he could rock everything well.
Yeah. That's what you got to do. That's what I want to be able to do. I want to be able to use everything well. I still, the machine, I still don't know it that well. I'll use it, you know, I can do the drums and stuff and programming on that like that, but chopping, I'm just getting into chopping with that. But, you know.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get into that too.
But you know I'm gonna get you. You got that Renaissance on me. You got that Renaissance. I said, you motherfucker.
Oh man.
I gotta get one, but I'm chilling. I don't even have no room for it. You know what I mean? But you said, I heard you. When you get a new piece of machinery, you'll
find a way to make room. Nigga, you made room for all this stuff. You'll find a way to make room.
I'll do something. It'll be hanging from the ceiling or something. But it'll.
You know, a lot of people out there rocking it, and like us. I mean, a lot of people like. The machine, the Renaissance, the machine. It ain't the gear. It ain't the gear. It's the beats. It's what comes out. Yeah. You know.
Because you can have all the equipment in the world and be whack.
Exactly.
Laying bricks. So yeah.
I mean, DJ Hellfire. Shout out to DJ Hellfire. He got it too. He even showed some of the glitches he ran across. I haven't ran across anything.
You ain't come across no.
I haven't come across nothing. And a lot of times I know that the glitches that people come across is based off of how you produce and what you do. I mean, if you're using tons of plugins or you go into song mode, you know, me a lot of times I may do song mode and sometimes I just make my sequences and then I'll do it live from sequence to sequence live.
Right.
You know, and sometimes I go into song mode and sort everything out in song mode. But the cool thing about the Renaissance is software, and they can always do a patch or something like that to fix it. So that's the cool thing about that.
That's another reason why I use, like, people were like, you got this computer, that computer, like different programs on different computers, so it never slows my main joint down. I get do a million plugins over here, and I don't have to worry about it slowing down the computer over here. That's why I got different computers, because different computers have different programs, and I don't want to have to worry about this slowing that down or this getting bogged down.
Conflicts and stuff like that. Yeah. My cousin Rain just was going through that where he was having a conflict with the machine and Pro Tools, but he realized it was a buffer issue, so he had to fix it. But dude, loving the machine, man. Cousin is getting down. He's doing everything in the machine.
He was getting busy.
He's a machine advocate.
What was he using before? He was just using like Pro Tools.
Oh, he used Pro Tools. He was using the Yamaha Motif, and he's a live musician, so he would get down like that. And he had an MPC 1000. He got a 2000 XL, but it needs to be repaired. I'm not sure if he got it fixed yet, but yeah. But right now, man, every time I talk to him, I say, "Yo, loving the machine, yo. I'm loving the machine."
Yo, ask him what's up with that XL, man. Hey,
all right, I'll ask him. He's like, I thought about the Renaissance, but nah, man, I'm loving that machine. And I told him, I said, man, you need to go in the box. But everything you're trying to do, you're trying to get all this gear, you know, you're trying to line all this stuff up. And then he a frugal dude. I said, yo, you too frugal. You too frugal to try to get all this gear. Just go inside the box, get you some plugins, rock machine, and get your keyboard controller, call it a day, and get it in. So he helped me out with the vinyl project, and that's going to be awesome, man. So, yeah. Oh, yo, you gonna be one of my beta testers.
Yeah.
So
no doubt.
Don't even worry about it. You'll be a beta tester for the vinyl project.
Yeah. Man, I already knew when you was putting me down way back when you was talking about doing stuff like that. I was like, yeah, you know, samples. Yes. People don't know. Anytime I need, this is what people don't know, because I'm not out there. People don't see me. But anytime I need something, anytime I hit Overlor, like, y'all need some drums, y'all need some samples, y'all need some anything I need. Like I don't get kits like people get kits. Like I give you like a 200, 300 gig hard drive external, be like, hook me up. You know what I mean? Everything from my MPC is loaded. You put all that on there. All my hard drives, all the stuff that's on my hard drives is from you. I got all your drum kits, all the sounds. I'm still hitting you up for samples. I'm still waiting for you to send me some more samples.
I got you.
I mean, you know, people don't. I don't know if they people out there know like to get with you because.
Well, man, actually, in actuality, man, a bunch of people ordered the thumb drives. And by the time this video shoot up, y'all should it should be on the mail coming to y'all. I apologize. I had to come to Baltimore, so that stopped me from shipping everything out. But y'all stuff is coming. That's why I asked for 2 weeks.
Tell them it's worth the wait. I got everything. I got everything. I got 500 gigs on here, 700 on there. I got everything. So y'all get up on the game. That's what y'all need to do. That's what's up.
Man, that's what's up, man. You got something you've been working on, man?
Oh, yeah, you know, I'm always working on.
I mean, last night it was the Gab session. I wanted everybody to know about Gabbo, what was going on with Gabbo, one of Baltimore's hot MCs. And generally, when I'm talking about my man, he like a brother. He like my brother from another mother. You too, all y'all my brothers. And that's my dog, man. I'm like, man, you need something, you got it. You know, and this is how it is, y'all. I don't charge him for beats because I love him like that. So that's just how it goes. This is how we roll. And I know that if things go, he gonna look out. It is what it is. I mean, so I don't charge him for nothing. It's no crazy stuff there. But when I talk about Gabbo, man, I don't want to talk about nobody else when I'm talking about Gabbo. You know, because yeah, man. The most incredible. So you don't talk about nobody else when you talk about him.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is a lot of nice MCs out here. Like, you know, like you Millameter. We talked about L Venom, the Young Cat Morals. Even Poetic Justice.
Poetic Justice. Vital Signs. I'm trying to get with them. I used to rock with them back when we first started, and I actually caught up with them. I'm gonna definitely get them on my album.
Also, man, my man Rome C, yo. Rome Caesar, yo, he be getting it in.
Yeah, Gab met up with him. They was at the studio getting some stuff mixed.
Yeah.
He was getting nothing illa mixed, and Gab ran into him down there, and they chopped it up. So,
yeah, Rome C is good, man. I mean, that's my dog, and I keep forgetting my man Kirby. I'm calling him by his name, man, but he got a different MC name, man. But yo, he's L too. So we got a lot of L people and L producers, man.
Yeah,
a lot of L producers here, man. I mean, he did a joint with he did Street Scholar, man. And that joint was like fire, you know. You know, he did that with my man Justin Ambush.
Oh yeah, what's up? Shout to Ambush.
Yo. It's an ambush! That dude is ill, and one of the craziest bass players. Oh man, his production is just.
What's up with Ambush? Where's Ambush?
Man, Ambush got married, and I think he's doing some working for the police department. But I haven't shouted at him in a long time. I hope to catch up with him when I come back in town next time. One of the craziest producers in Baltimore. I mean, the dude is he's just a creative mind, man. It's like, I don't know how to rate or compare him to anybody, but he's a musician. You know, he played the bass.
Tell him he got an unfair advantage with that musicianship.
Musicianship. Yeah, man. Hey, a lot of people, man, get on there and talk about learn an instrument. I'm like, look, it's very easy for you to say, learn an instrument, this, that, the other, and they don't understand what we come from. You know, we come from schools where they took music programs out of them, man. We ain't have instruments, you know what I'm saying? We playing plastic clarinets, and you know, we ain't have saxophones and trombones, and we ain't have, and hell, our parents were trying to keep lights on and food in our mouths, let alone send us to piano practice or something like that. The most piano practice you would get would be like in church. You know, and a guitar. Oh my goodness, man! I didn't see a guitar till I was an adult, not in person. You know, and then you got people in there. You need to learn how to compose. You need to learn how to be an instrument. Man, we got it in how we fit in. You know what I'm saying? We wanted to make music, so we did what we had to do. I started off as a DJ, so I'm mixing the tunes and drum breaks and stuff like that to get it in. And my thing is, people that's well off or they got it a little better than other people, don't know what other people struggle, so easy to judge and make, you know, make comments, man. And then we come out and we reinvent out our limitations. We reinvent a formula. That's how hip hop was designed. Hip hop was made out of limitations. You know what I'm saying? It's a struggle music. And then people want, and now that it's making money, people got a lot to say. You need to do this and you need to do that. Well, when the last time you was wondering when you could eat? You know what I'm saying? You know, but you're gonna tell somebody what they should be doing. You know, there's cats out there that ain't got it like that. Okay, great for you.
Right.
You learned how to play.
You
got piano classes. You know music theory. Great for you. We had to go on the keyboards and hit it one at a time. You had typing class. You could type without looking at it. I still gotta look at the keyboard when I type. It's no different when we playing those keyboards, man.
We playing it by ear. Everything we do is by ear. Like I think that's tougher to me.
It is.
I know if you learn something, I know
somebody teach you structure, you know where to go. But when you're on your own, you got to figure out the path to go, the direction. Did I make a wrong turn?
Yeah, it's tough.
So definitely crazy, man.
You ain't had to figure out what you was going to eat.
Yeah, people, man.
They hit you up with saying stuff like that on there?
Yeah, I get it all the time. But man, it's almost time for me to bounce to catch this flight.
My man. Overlord.
Man, thank you for the interview. This is going up on the tube.
My man.
Alright, everybody, this is Millameter. I'm trying to get him to get up on the YouTube and do his thing. He dragging his feet, y'all.
Dragging my feet, man.
Tell him y'all need to see him. Y'all want to see him making beats.
Yeah,
but
that's the next thing.
I'm gonna keep smashing them. But check him out and definitely check out Gabbo. This is one of the premier producers in Baltimore, and I'll be shouting at y'all about it. Peace.
Peace.